G'day guys, welcome back to Sumo's Projects. This is another episode of things that are, talking about the mass confusion out there. Not the mass confusion as far as people are confused on the subject at hand being the coronavirus and all the things that are happening, but I think it's the lack of knowledge and the announcements that are being made and how they get a little bit confused amongst, I suppose, media, and then there's people doing hoaxes and, giving people false information, and just thought I'd, some of the interesting terms that go along with this episode of phrasing and how words and things are administered by authorities. So anyway, a lot of popular term I hear all the time now is lockdown, and for me personally, it's something that's relatively new. That term lockdown, it's to me always been symbolic with American movies where a prison gets put into lockdown because some bad dude's done some bad things inside and what have you. But so that's a word, I think the message from countries to countries, given on the escalation of this is a little bit different. So it's always for the individual to have your own fact-finding mission. And always try to find the source of credible information, where the science behind anything to do with finding formulas for cures, that's probably what you want to listen to. And governments, you would expect to be informed by the best minds out there and the best organisations. So hearsay is been around forever and a day, and half of it's just bullshit. So I've heard that if you stick a blow dryer up your nose, and that should heat your nose up, or if you're in 56 degree heat, that'll kill the virus. That'll kill me outright. I'll be cactus in about 5 minutes. If it gets 45 here, I'm pretty much knackered. So be aware of that. How is it where you live? Like, we're on sort of the second restriction going to the third. And what does that mean? So our Prime Minister has been explaining things in a way that's different to our Premier or other state premiers. And our state Premier in Victoria, I think he's cut through the crap, and he's more or less just given it as it is. He said, if you don't stay inside, you'll die. That's blunt, but, listen, people, because people do die, It's not bullshit. I know I don't want to be pushing up daisies before me time, but so I try to do everything I can. Last episode, I was washing my hands, and antiseptic, the alcohol hand wash, supposed to keep you a little bit safe, because when you think about it, everything you do in your workshop is dictated by your hands. So that's the antiseptic stuff we put on is more. Is you could probably say it's like a sore stop for the hand in the way to protect it, like against contagions, being spread. So they're good things to keep in mind. I think most people are pretty much cluey enough to know what's going on. Now, I'm going to have a chat to Takami Rob T in New Zealand. He's at the ground zero as far as the New Zealand jumped straight into a decisive move, going to like category 4 of this, and it's a full lockdown. So it's about 28 days, he was saying. So he can explain a bit about life in New Zealand at the moment. And I'm hoping to get into contact with some people from around the world as well, some other maker friends I know. So, yeah, that's about as much as I can say in a spiel this time around. Come and say hello to me mate here. He's had a hard life. There he is. He's still got more hair than me. Anyway, what we'll do, I'll carry on. I'm going to do a few more things. As I said, I'm starting work on that bed head, so I might go ahead and cut the legs at least. It should be a quick and easy job, and I think I'll hook into that now. So stick around, see what Rob's got to say in New Zealand about the situation, and I haven't put the choppers back in today because I sounded a bit different yesterday, but I'll keep practicing with them. All right, let's carry on. G'day Rob, how you going mate?
G'day Dirk, how are you mate?
I'm alright. How's the lockdown life in New Zealand treating you mate?
Well, lockdown life, this is day 3 of official lockdown, but I've been at home this is my 6th day now.
Yeah.
And my wife's home, my kids are home, everyone's home, and it's very quiet in the neighbourhood.
Yeah.
And there's just no one around. Not that I've been out to see, but no traffic noise or anything. It's really weird.
It's much the same here because I'm in a little town, as you know, but apart from the occasional truck going past or a couple of cars here, and that's it. It's and you got to remind yourself, like we're not in level 4 type lockdown situation as you are. We're only up to 2,
Yeah.
and but we're advised not to go anywhere, which is it's hard to do when you're used to, because I'm still working and I get home and I think, I'll go out and do something, and no, I can't. And you're completely stuck at home. You can't move apart from going. What can you do?
We're allowed to go to the supermarket and the pharmacy, basically.
Fair dinkum.
You're allowed to go for a walk around your immediate neighbourhood.
Yeah.
But they don't really want you driving anywhere. And they don't want you going out surfing and all that sort of stuff, because if you get into trouble, then you've got to get rescue and you've got to get other people involved. And it's already happened.
Oh, really?
I was out surfing and he came off and had a suspected neck injury, and they had to get a helicopter, and so that had about 15 people involved, and that's that's 15 chances for the virus to spread to one more person.
Well,
and they want to just eliminate all that sort of thing for a few weeks to try and get it under control.
I heard your Prime Minister do a video from her home explaining that she's part of it as much as everyone else, and I found that,
Yeah.
I don't know if that was good leadership to show that she's a real person as well, like.
Yeah, it was quite good. So the thing we like about her is she's pretty much no BS. She has an answer for most things.
Yeah, and that's what you want when you got a difficult time, Like, I remember when that terrible massacre happened last year, mate, and she stood up. She was there in solidarity with the folks, and and I thought it's a little bit heartening to know you got a leader who's like that. That's good.
It is good, yeah, it is.
The
whole government response has been good, I think.
Yeah. What do you?
And so yeah, just hopefully we get it under control.
What do you do? What do you have you done any? I know you put a video out yesterday, and you explained a little bit about the circumstances behind what's going on in your life. Locked down, and are you going to make more videos? Do you think?
So I do work from home most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
And so in many ways for me it's just business as usual. I'm working 9 to 5, Monday to Friday.
Mm.
So I don't have any extra free time. Strange, I think.
Whereabouts in New Zealand? Like, you're near Auckland, aren't you? So how far away is that from where you live?
So we're 50 kilometres south of central Auckland.
Right.
Almost in the next region. We don't have states, but we have regions, and we're on the border of Auckland and Waikato.
Ah, yeah. Because I can imagine, like, I know Melbourne is empty, Auckland will be empty.
Yeah.
It's like a set off an old Hollywood movie where you think, something's happened here, and it's like a Holocaust, earthquake or something. I don't know. It's just bizarre.
So one of the things I do when I'm commuting is look at the motorway cameras.
Right.
And just see how the traffic's going and all that sort of thing.
Mm.
And all of the roads are just completely empty. There might be one or two trucks.
Yep.
But no cars, nothing. Just so our busiest junction, known as Spaghetti Junction. I think it's one of those big crossover ones. I think there's something like 18 lanes or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And the whole lot of them just all completely empty.
That will be disorientating because you're used to the flow of cars, and now you probably go there. Which lane am I supposed to be in here?
Yeah, you'd have no one to follow to show you the way. If you went the wrong way, you could just do a U-E.
Yeah, well, you can now.
Do a U-E on the motorway, and then no one's going to hit you.
No. Oh dear.
I wouldn't mind commuting at the moment. It wouldn't be too bad.
Well, I'm still working, mate. So I'm knocking about half an hour off the time I'm getting down to my depot to load up, and then I shoot across Melbourne, which can take normally an hour sometimes. It's half an hour. It's brilliant, but
it's amazing.
It's not brilliant for the poor people who can't work from home, or they've just got to be, trying to do the best they can.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that can't work from home, or they aren't classed as essential, so it's pretty hard times for them.
Yeah.
But you'll be on that. You'll be working right through, right?
Only until such stage, like we're reliant on the building industry. If they put down their tools, we're basically shut down as well, or unless there's another. I think our Premier will enact stage 3 or phase 3, and then if anything else, it'll be the same as New Zealand, and basically we can only go to pharmacies and then supermarket and go panic frenzy buying. I've already got 28 kilometres of toilet paper on hand, so I need some more.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a few weeks supply. We're well stocked.
That's good.
My wife went to the supermarket yesterday,
Mm.
and so you got to keep a 2 metre distance between people.
Yeah.
And that includes at the checkout. So you put your food on the conveyor belt thing, and it goes up, and then they put the if you're paying electronically, they put the machine on the conveyor belt
Mm.
and send it back to you. And there's none of the usual chit chat and how you going, how you doing, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Dead quiet. And she was waiting in line, and suddenly this guy goes, "Oh shit! I forgot the biscuits. My wife's gonna kill me if I don't get the biscuits. My wife will kill me before this virus does." Everyone in the whole supermarket just started cracking up laughing. So yeah, there's a bit of a somber air, and then there's a few a bit of relief now and then from that doom and gloom.
Yeah. Look, I was having a yak with Chris, and I don't know, it's you don't want to be dismissive of anything, and then you're trying to make everything in your own mind compute, and and it's a formula to try to find and like where we can still help people, as long as we do the right thing. That's pretty key as well. So, I mean, helping people with your family first of all, but there's other people out there. You might have cousins or elderly people. If you can do a little good deed and help them, ring them up. We're lucky we can have a chat here, and if there's, I can't help you out anyway, but I can talk to you. So that's all part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And a lot of people would be feeling lonely and all that sort of thing if they're not used to being at home all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, the technology we have available to us is pretty amazing.
That it is, mate. If you got a couple of tips or advice for, like, here in Australia, we're not doing what you're doing yet, but what are some of the key points you'd recommend to focus on?
Well, the government's been pretty strong here, and I agree with it. The only way it's going to spread is if you come in contact with someone who has it. And the only way to stop it spreading is to stop the contact with other people.
Yeah.
So I believe it will spread to an average of 2.5 people. So you only got to do the maths, 2.5, and then that 2.5 goes to another 2.5, and it fans out really quick.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you got another 10, and they spread it to another 25. That 25 spreads it to 75 or whatever it is, and boom, next thing you got thousands of people in hospital, or not able to get into hospital.
So over here they're now isolate.
Just stay the hell away from people.
Yeah. People coming off the ships or international flights from overseas now, because they're being rescued, they have to be in quarantine in the capital city that they land in for 2 weeks, and they're monitored, checked, and before released back into to go home. Pretty much that's going to be the standard practice until all this is eradicated. It's like rabbits. Our rabbits over here got a Khaleesi virus for years, and you never knew how to pinpoint which rabbit had it and which didn't, and it's one of those mystery things. But you can do proportional steps to slowly get rid of this bloody rotten mongrel thing.
Yeah. And we got another year of it or so, I guess, before they get a vaccine for it.
Yeah.
And then, if we survive this, we'll be well prepared for any future pandemics.
Yeah.
But, the tough one with this one is the fact that you can carry it and it be infectious without having any symptoms.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing.
I know.
You can have it even for a week before you have any symptoms.
Yeah.
Or you can just get no symptoms.
Yeah, and you might just, overcome it without a sweat sort of thing. I don't know. Everyone's DNA is a little bit different, isn't it?